Sakuranomiya receives a letter from her latest job interview, informing her that she did not get the job. Aika, Maika's older sister, arrives to tell her that dinner is ready, when the girl gives her a frightened expression. When Maika grins, she has a hard time not seeming very terrifying. The shy 16-year-old is looking for a part-time job so she can go study abroad. She aspires to achieve her happiness on her own, despite coming from a wealthy family. She has another job interview a few days later, but the trains are being delayed that day. As a result, she chose to run there. While putting on fake glasses for her interview to hide her glare, a man bumps into her. Their eyes meet, and they're smitten with each other, with the girl having a weakness for blonde hair. After the job interview, the girl admits that she failed her job interview, pouting outside a cafe's window. While she's trying to fix her face, the manager of the store spots her through the window. He refers to her as the moe of his dreams. He declares his love for her and offers her a job, but cautions him about her frightening gaze. Everyone says she looks amazing after she gets into her uniform, and they begin their introductions. Hinata Kaho is the hostess, Dino Roma, the shop manager, and part of the kitchen staff. Akazuki Koyu is also a part of the cooking staff. Maika and Dino exchange a bow in preparation for a long-term partnership. Roma can't contain his joy at the prospect of her joining the team. When the girl inquires as to what her job will be, Dino has a request of her to play the cruel role in the staff, being the sadistic waitress. At the coffee house, the employees take on different roles or characteristics of would-be anime characters. Like for example, a butler or maid cafe. Hinata plays the tsundere of the staff. Dino wants her to verbally mistreat the customers and glare at them, being partially natural to the girl. When her first customers come in, she's shaking, but she starts to think back to his words, giving the customers shivers. Then she accidentally squeezes out too much ketchup, plopping it on their face. The girl is scared with what's about to happen, but the boys love it, thanking her. When the two leave, she profusely apologizes, with her co-workers applauding her performance. The staff wants her to stay, but they don't want to pressure her. Given how they accept her, she accepts the offer, with the manager being too impulsive, wanting to court her already. Maika comments on if the manager is from another country. Recognizing the difference in hair color, Dino tells her that he's from Italy, with Maika expressing her desire to one day go to another country and study, with the rest guessing her intentions, assuming she wants to use the money from the cafe to go study abroad. Maika tells them that she loves other countries, making the manager shake as if she's saying this directly to him. For her next day at work, Maika walks in to see the manager crying and a girl sitting on him, this being Mafuyu Hashikawa, a college student who, because of her size, plays the little sister character. The emotionless girl gets mad when people mistake her for being a child. During work mode, Mafuyu does a complete 180, turning into an upbeat character, welcoming her big brothers. Shocked by her transformation, Maika gets ready for her job to put on her performance. Maika wishes she could trade with Mafuyu, but when she tries to practice on Dino, the performer scares him. While Kaiho is walking around, she happens to hear two boys talking about a video game that she also plays, making multiple mistakes and having to fix it with her character trait. But eventually she gives in, taking the boys' game console and playing it, and then adding the boys as friends. Hinata is embarrassed that she can't control herself when it comes to video games. Maika tells her that it's fine, and that she also plays games, getting Kaiho excited, coming to realize later on that she's talking about traditional games and not actual modern games. After work, Hinata suggests that they go out to the arcade for an arcade date. Maika has never been to one before, so they make sure to make memories of the trip. Kaiho is an arcade veteran, being great at everything, and attracting a large crowd wherever she goes. At work, Maika wants to practice so she can fit in with the rest of the staff perfectly, but scaring the rest of them thinking that they're walking to a curse. They also inform her that she's sitting on the manager, with him staying up all night watching anime again. She decided to smile the entire day, with this attracting the attention of all the male customers. Later in the day, a foreign English speaker walks in, with the rest of the staff just watching in the back. The girl walks in closer so she can study, but startles the man, and when the two of them start to speak, she's unable to understand what he's saying, but tries to act like she does, watching something online to make it look like she understands, which makes his heart flutter. For their monthly meeting, Dino wants to bring in something to the cafe that they're lacking, like adding something to the menu, with Koyu complaining for the lack of girls. Dino agrees they need to hire more girls, but Koyu is mad and wants more women customers, thinking the man is thinking of something very dirty, but he explains that all he wants is Yuri's, with Maika being too innocent to understand what this word means. But Yuri's being his long-awaited dream, Dino mentions he could just bring in his girlfriend, making the man mute and asking does he want to fight, with asking Kaho the same, but having a very depressing answer. So to make Akazuki's dream come true, the girls eat sweets, feeding each other. With this being the first friend Maika could do this with, Maika tenses up, bringing out the sadistic smile work mode Maika, spilling ice cream on her vest. Feeling embarrassed, Maika takes off Kaho's sweater, while Mafuyu walks in. Days later, Kaho is out of cash and wants to buy a new game. Akazuki reminds her that she just got paid, with the girls spending it all at the arcade again, doing it for the challenge, hoping to give her prizes to the manager or to Mafuyu. When they walk in, they immediately recognize the magical girl figure, and the two begin their battle of rock, paper, scissors, with Mafuyu playing dirty. The staff begins their meeting, explaining that each season, the staff creates a limited time item on the menu, with the best item staying on the menu, splitting into two teams. The group that makes the winning item gets a prize from the manager. Kaho, Koyu, and Dino are on Team Blue. Maika is on Team Red with Mafuyu. Mafuyu is scowling, taking the challenge very seriously, having lost the last one, putting everything on the line for this one, with Dino and Akazuki wanting to have a ladies' day for their reward. Mafuyu suggests parfaits, while Maika is agreeing with everything that she's saying, not giving any constructive opinions. The day of the event arrives with two customers coming in. Maika tells them that Mafuyu and her made a parfait, making the boys try it. When one of the boys bites into it, he's stunned, being spicy, salty, and sour, tasting awful, making the customers think it's part of her sadistic character. With the rest of the male customers interested in the treat, with the two selling out of parfaits and having to shut down the store early, the victory goes to Team Red, with the rest of the staff asking, what did she put into the parfait? With the girl putting in salt, vinegar, and Tabasco, with her assuming that they were all different ingredients. For Mafuyu's prize, she makes Maika dress in a magical girl cosplay. Maika walks in early to work the next morning to find the manager on the floor, having stayed up all night again watching anime, explaining he likes anime because of the pretty girls. Back in his country, none of the girls have black hair. Maika tells him that she's also interested in anime of other countries, when first being intrigued when she was 5, back when her father was visited by a foreigner. Since then, she was bored with Japan, having been surrounded by traditional Japanese values, but was more fascinated by the other ideas of other countries, wanting to dye her hair at 5, making her mom think that she was turning into a delinquent, falling in love with a Kentucky Fried Chicken statue, then pestering her parents for a chimney because she wanted to capture Santa Claus. The two of them talk for a while, with Dino missing out on his time to nap. Maika feels bad for talking his ear off, so she makes it up to him by preparing a lap pillow, with him very excited. When he lays on her lap, she notices his blonde hair, being her weakness, feeling the need of ruffling up his hair. The rest of the staff walks in, where they wanted to call the authorities for what they're seeing, with the manager pleading his case that he didn't force this situation, where they turn to Maika where it looks like he did. Later on, the manager is thinking about what he can do to have another lap pillow, so he figures if he gets a souvenir from their country, she'll be happy enough to do so. But that would have Akazuki picking up his shift for about 3 months, with him refusing, so Dino grabs his courage and asks Maika out on a date, with Maika thinking it's a normal employee reward. But when he goes to Shibuya, he sees Kaho and Akazuki, who have been invited by Maika, with them not understanding his intentions. Dino has a hard time being assertive, so he couldn't be straightforward with Maika. With the two of them deciding to help him, the group goes to a clothing store where Dino wants to buy Maika an outfit, but the girl finds all the clothes too flashy, so he tries to interest her in a teddy bear keychain, but the girl didn't like it too much either, making the manager very disappointed that he couldn't find her a present. Maika comes back to give the manager a present for inviting her out on this trip, being the bear that he looked like he wanted, thinking he liked it, with the manager also giving her a toy bear keychain, and the two of them now have matching keychains. At work, Maika screams, having found a doujinshi manga that a customer left. Mafuyu hides it, since the girls are under 18, giving it to Akazuki, who sees it as a legendary premium limited edition manga. The two adults leave, making Kaho curious, so she asks Maika what it looks like, making the poor girl explain, with her feeling dizzy from doing so. Not knowing what to do, they leave it in the break room. Koyu sees it and is very tempted to read it, but has to go back to work. Kaho sees it next, tempted by it, wanting to also read it, but Mafuyu walks in, stopping her, with Maika there the entire time, too traumatized to do anything. The next day, the owner of the book hasn't come back yet. Maika suggests that they ask the customers around if they left their manga, with a Koyu reminding her what kind of manga it is. So she starts to ask customers a roundabout way of asking, but it creates a misunderstanding. So they write on a wanted poster to contact the owner, with also another roundabout way of asking, with it being a self-published book. One night, Amano Miyu shows up to come pick up her magazine, surprising all of them that a modest girl could have picked up such a manga. Knowing this unexpected fact shocks Maika to her core. The next day, Maika comes into work and sees the same woman nicknaming her the woman with the magazine about tied up girls in uniforms. So this is where we're going to leave off for today. If you like this video, here's another one just like it that you should check out. I will be breaking this anime down into multiple parts. Now, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be uploading more daily videos just like this one. So I'll see you next time.